Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I decided to make another video. I'm gonna hold the mic this time just temporarily because it was too close to my mouth in the last video and I only wear like high collared shirts. So I will put it on the end of something as a microphone at some point, but today I'm gonna hold it and just bear with me in case I talk like this or like this. Just deal with it. I also played expired lipstick roulette today, and this is not going well. My lips are burning. I was served a memory yesterday in my Google Photos, and it reminded me that this time last year, I was doing my mid-year check-in. And that means we're middle of the way through the year. Middle of the way through the year, halfway through the year. I'm filming this on June 21st? I don't know. It's mid-June, and I want to just check in with you guys about what I've been reading, and my plans for the future, and all of that. So my reading goal that I set this year was 50 books. It's pretty arbitrary. I don't really know where I got 50 from. I know a lot of people will do like whatever they hit last year plus one is their goal, and I think that's a great method that I didn't do. My last year reading was not great. I honestly don't remember. I think I set it to 60 and I just barely hit 60. So I wanted to give myself a lower goal this year to just feel better about it, because ultimately reading goals don't matter and they're just for you. And if you don't even have one, great, who cares? But my official Goodreads rating goal is 50 books and I have read 29. So I'm more than halfway at the halfway point of the year, which is pretty good for me. I do include like graphic novels and stuff, so deal with it. If we are friends on Goodreads, and by the way, we can be friends on Goodreads. If you add me, I will add you as a friend. Like, I will. It's this. I don't remember. If we are friends on Goodreads, or if you're following my Goodreads or whatever, I tend to be reading like a lot of books at the same time. I think I've got 3 current reads on there. Are they accurate? I don't know. But what I'm actually currently reading is The Blade itself. Finally, I'm doing a buddy read with Kim, Lou, and Michael on Instagram. We're having a good time. Kim and Lou already finished it. I finished it like the first day, which is cheating. Michael's farther than I am. I think he's getting close to the end, and I'm still pretty close to the beginning because I'm busy. They're just not busy, obviously. I am enjoying it so far. It's starting to slow down a bit, and I hear it picks back up, but we'll see. And I'm doing that as an audiobook. Physically, I'm reading And I Darken by Kiersten White, which is a YA gender-bent sort of historical retelling of Dracula. It's historical fiction though. A lot of people think it's fantasy because of the way it looks and where it's placed in the teen section, but it's just historical fiction. There's no magic. I love it so far. I don't think it should be young adult. I get why it is, but I think with just a bit of changing, Kiersten White could have made it into an adult book, and I think I would like it a little more. I'm also currently reading a couple books that I'll talk about in a sec because they're gonna make it onto a different section of this video. And that's all I'm reading right now, but I'm gonna be reading some new stuff soon. So of the 29 books I've read so far, what are my favorites? Ripley, my cat's knocking stuff over. What are my favorites? Well, I had an amazing start to this reading year. I was doing 5-star after 5-star after 5-star. It's slowed down a little, not so many 5 stars lately, but my year has been very front-loaded with amazing reads. Some of those were Ancillary Justice, Jade City, The Navigating Fox, The Way of Kings, The Winter King. Yeah, I highly recommend all of those. You've probably heard of all of those before, except for maybe The Navigating Fox, which you would probably only have heard of if you watch my videos. I have since recommended The Navigating Fox to a number of people, and a few of them have read it and are like, it was okay, but I think they're wrong. It was life-changing to me. Maybe it was just the headspace I was in while reading it, but dang, that book changed me. The urge to just hold the microphone this close is crazy. I haven't read too many bad books this year so far. Well, except for 2 that I'm reading right now. Do I put them on the list? Because I haven't finished reading them yet, but I know they're gonna be the 2 worst books I read this year. First, I'll talk about some books that were just kind of eh. So one of them was A Season of Monstrous Conceptions by, I'll put it on the screen. I have no props in this video, by the way. I didn't love it. And it's too bad because it's like Lovecraftian, eldritch birthing stuff, which I normally would be a huge fan of. It's a historical fantasy, or a historical fantasy horror with not much horror in it. The opening was stunning. It was gruesome and cool, and then it kind of just got very average afterwards. Less than average. Sorry. I felt similarly about The Ruins, which I was reading while I was in Mexico. So if you watch my Mexico vlogs, you'll have already heard me talk about it. But I was reading it as my Mexico beach read because it is a horror book about two couples who go on a Mexican vacation, which is what we were doing. And it was a buddy read with Katie. It was very fun, and it was very fitting to the vibes that we were having. Like, it was literally set in the place where we were staying. But ultimately, I thought that the characters were so unreasonably stupid, like so unrealistically dumb, and decisions were silly. So overall, that book was not great, but I had a good time reading it because of where I was reading it. So 2 books I'm reading right now that are not great. One, I'm reading Gothicana by Runix. Why? Because I've heard it's bad. And it's bad, guys. It's awful. I'm not a smut romance girly, so I shouldn't even be allowed to review this book, but I am, and it's awful. The writing is so bad. Anyways, I'm also reading Black Shield Maiden by Willow Smith. Like, yes, that Willow Smith. And I'm gonna do a whole vlog dedicated to that one, honestly, because like it was supposed to come out a couple of years ago, but after some of it was launched or like betas or something, it was so heavily review bombed that they pushed the release date, and people are saying it's racist and problematic, and I've only just started it. It does have a co-author that Willow has chosen, and so I don't know. I'll talk about this more in a specific vlog for this book, but it's not very well written either. I haven't gotten to any of the problematic parts yet, but I feel like this is gonna land on my worst books of the year list anyways. I have some books that I'm very excited about that are coming out later this year. The first one that always comes to mind is The West Passage by Jared. I don't have any of this stuff in front of me, but obviously I'm putting it on the screen. This is a weird fantasy, like an eldritch fantasy, so I'm very, very excited about it. There are also obviously some sequels I'm really looking forward to. Fury of the Gods by John Gwynne. The Lands of the Living and the Dead by Shauna Lawless. Stormlight 5 is coming out this year. Yeah, it's a stacked year. Speaking of Stormlight, I am still continuing with the series. The last one I read was The Way of Kings. I've got a long way to go to two books before the 5th comes out, but they're long, you know. So I'm gonna get back to those soon. I don't know when I'm gonna read Oathbringer, but now that we're in the second half of the year, I do have to sort of refocus on it. Oh, I didn't even mention one of my current reads, which is The First Binding. I'm nearly done that, and then I'm going to be starting my Arc of the Doors of Midnight by R.R. Verde, and R.R. Verde is actually going to be on the channel at the end of July. We're going to be talking and chatting about the new book, so stay tuned for that. And I'm about to start a massive read-along buddy read thing of the entire Dark Tower series by Stephen King. I'm co-hosting this with my friend Riley. We currently have it centered on Instagram, but we're moving over on to Discord soon. So if you want to join, just drop me a comment here or a DM on Instagram, and I'll add you to the group. We are starting with The Gunslinger on July 1st. I've only read The Gunslinger and part of the second book. I don't know the names of the rest of the books. The Drawing of the Three? Yeah. I've read like half of that one, and I didn't really intend to like continue with the series, but now that this read along is happening, I do think it's time to get to it. I know I'll like it, I just haven't done it. But yeah, let me know if you want to join our read along. There's definitely spots open, and we're starting July 1st. The only other thing really left to talk about is my writing journey and streams for the rest of the year. So a couple of weeks ago, my friend Ev and I started streaming our morning productivity streams every Friday at 8 a.m. EST. We've had excellent turnout for it. Honestly, I'm surprised because it's so dang early in the morning. I didn't think people would be there, but a lot of you guys have been, and it's been super cool so far. So we're definitely continuing with that. And honestly, before I started doing these streams, a lot of you guys said that you didn't know I was a writer, which makes me sad because I feel like I have been so unproductive with my writing that I haven't been talking about it and sharing about it enough. So one of my goals for the rest of the year is to talk more about my writing and my intentions with my writing, and obviously to do these streams so I can share that with you guys and learn about what you guys are working on. I think that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I know for a lot of mid-year updates, there's some structuring you're supposed to do for it, but I kind of just wanted to sit here and talk at you guys. I've had a really great reading year so far, a pretty good writing year, a pretty great YouTube year. I hit 1K in the first half of the year, which is awesome. I'm almost able to be monetized. I just need those watch hours up, so put on a playlist or something, you know? I want to start adding more shorts to the channel, more interesting content that you guys want to see. I know you guys like my lists and my hauls, but I do want to focus more on the long form videos that I do. So the subgenre deep dives, the sort of rant videos, I really enjoy those. And I want to talk about some things that are important to me. So I'm going to try to deliver some more of that to you guys. And yeah, but don't worry, the book hauls and the lists of books you've never heard of and whatnot, those are staying. And there's still gonna be a lot of them. I'm just saying, I wanna branch out a little. Well, that's it from me, you guys. I wanna hear about your first half of the year in the comments. What were the top books you read? What books are you looking forward to that are coming out? What are some really bad books that you've been reading? What is your reading goal? Where are you at with it? I also wanna thank Wooden House for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much. Links are in the description below. And before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. I upload 2 days a week. I love you guys. Goodbye.